Good afternoon, everybody. Are you guys having a wonderful day at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium? Well, that is what we love to hear. My name is Katie.
My name is Sarah.
And we have a very wild Africa show for you guys to see today. Have you guys been up to the new Heart of Africa yet? Yes, I see lots of nodding heads. That is awesome. You know, they have some awesome African animals up there, but we have some other ones right here at the Animal Encounters Village that you won't be able to see up there.
Yeah, but equally as cool. So that was Kenya, our African serval. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now, we typically think of the grasslands when we do think of Africa, but a lot of times we forget about the rocky coast where Wahoo and Sammy are from. Now, these two are very cute. They are African black-footed penguins, and you guys did hear me correctly. This is an African black-footed penguin, and they live on the southern rocky coast of Africa. And of the 17 species of penguin, over half of them live in warm weather, so these guys are loving today's temperatures. But it doesn't matter where you live as a penguin, you have to be excellent at swimming, and African black-footed penguins are definitely great at swimming. This species can swim up to 20 miles an hour. They have to be able to swim that fast so that they can catch up to 25 different species of fish. They're not picky when they're eating, and when they catch that fish, they're going to swallow it head first so that all of those scales slide right down their body really easily. Now, at the end of a long day, these guys don't have a sandy beach or an icy coast to slide up onto. They actually have a rocky coast that they have to be able to hop up on. Bye, guys. Are you going to go, Sammy? That's your cue, bud. There she goes. Our African black-footed penguins. Thank you.
Thanks, Poe, for coming out.
Thank you.
Thanks. And you know, I feel really sticky all of a sudden. I think he had a lot of fruit on his feet from those treats.
Sarah, sorry to tell you, but Poe doesn't, his hands aren't sticky because of the fruit that he's eating. Bush babies actually pee on their hands and then they wipe it on their feet. That's how they mark their territory.
So I'm Poe's.
Yes, you're part of his territory now. Like Sarah said, Poe is a nocturnal animal, but there are other nocturnal animals that you can find in Africa, like Barbie. And Barbie is an African crested porcupine. She is awesome, and you guys will notice that the tips of her hair and quills are white. And this is actually great camouflage for a nocturnal animal. As she's roaming around in the grasslands, those white tips are going to look just like grass blowing in the wind. So it's a great way for her to camouflage in. Now, sometimes when she's wandering around at night, she may encounter different types of predators, maybe a lion or a hyena maybe, and if they come a little too close to her, she's going to give them a lot of different warning signs. She'll stick up her quills and make herself look twice as big as she actually is. She'll stomp her feet. She may even rattle her quills, and it kind of sounds like a maraca, but to an animal, that can be a pretty scary sound. And if that lion or hyena just doesn't get it, she'll actually turn around and run backwards right into them, and then she's going to hightail it out of there, and so are they. That was Barbie, our African crested porcupine. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Make really high-pitched sounds, and they're actually really fast too, and out of control sometimes.
They are very, very fast animals, but you know what? We can't talk about fast animals without thinking of the very iconic African cheetah. That's not it. That's Carlisle. He is a yellow lab. Behind Carlisle will be Zimba, and Zimba is an 11-month-old cheetah. So she's not quite full-grown yet, but she's getting there. Now, this is an amazing wild athlete. They can reach speeds of 60 to 70 miles per hour, and they have a lot of tools on their body that help them do that. So you guys may notice as she's sitting on that box, you can see the tips of her claws are sticking out. Well, cheetahs have semi-retractable claws, which means that their claws are always out just a little bit. That way, when they're running across the grasslands, they can get excellent traction, kind of like how a football player or a soccer player wears cleats. That is their built-in cleats. You guys will also notice she's got those awesome tear marks. Our athletes mimic that using eye black across their eyes. It helps keep the sun out of her eyes as she's hunting. This is one of the few daytime cat hunters in Africa. So having that nice black tear mark running down your face allows you to keep your eye on your prey. Now, wonderful day at the Columbus Zoo Aquarium. Well, good. My name is Katie.
And I'm also Katie.
And welcome to our Birds of a Feather show. This guy is Lurch, and Lurch is a North American turkey vulture. Now we see these animals a lot of times flying way up in the sky, circling around. Now this bird is one of the very few birds that has an excellent sense of smell. So when they're flying around, they are actually smelling for all kinds of food. And they don't like to eat things that we like to eat. In fact, he loves to eat the dead, rotting carcasses on the side of the road, which is really, really gross, but it's also a very important job for an animal to have here in Ohio to help keep our roadways clean and to keep disease out of wild bird populations. Now, he is definitely a pretty cool bird and an awesome garbage man with an important job. So thank you, Lurch.
Such an
You guys can see him showing off those legs now. Now, of course, you guys can see where he gets that name, red-legged Sariyama. But they love to eat little things like mice and rodents and even snakes and lizards, just like this one. Now, Kevin has a very special way that he hunts, and I don't think that's food, Kevin. He has a very special way that he hunts. He will actually stalk the grasslands using those tall legs and look for a lizard or a rodent basking on a rock, and then he'll take it over to his favorite rock and give it a nice big slam just like that. Now, it looks pretty silly, but it's actually really important for him because as he is slamming that lizard on that rock, he is, number one, killing that animal, and number two, he is turning it into lizard jello. Now, we like to eat jello, but do any of you guys want to have lizard jello for lunch? No, I wouldn't want to have lizard jello for lunch either. But for them, it is a tasty snack. Now, after he turns into lizard jello, if he can't swallow it whole, he'll use the big talons on his feet and that nice, strong, and sharp beak of his to rip apart that meat and have a nice snack. So, definitely a great natural behavior. And thank you, Kevin, for coming out here to see us. Thank you, guys.
And because you were so great today, I'm going to give you a conservation pin, which we have here at the zoo that we sell for $2 at the end of the show. But because you were so great, you get it for free. Pretty awesome. Everyone give a big round of applause for Anna here. Thank you so much.
Anna definitely did a great job. You know, we can't talk about bird conservation without meeting Sammy and Wahoo. They are African black-footed penguins. And in fact, this is an endangered species that those conservation pins go to help support in the wild. Now, of course, being an African black-footed penguin, these two live on the southern warm, rocky coast of Africa. And of the 17 species of penguin, more than half of them live in warm weather, but it doesn't matter where you live as a penguin, you have to be excellent at swimming. And these two, of course, are showing off all of those awesome adaptations that allow them to be excellent swimmers. They can swim up to 20 miles an hour, and they do that to eat up to 25 different species of fish. They aren't very picky. But when they are swimming in those cold waters, They have to have nice wings that don't help them fly through the air, but do help them fly through the water. And they'll spend the majority of their day in the water, but at the end of the day, they have to be able to go home. And they don't have a nice sandy beach to coast up onto. They actually only have the rocky coast of South Africa to hop home on. That's your cue to hop, guys. So they are actually excellent hoppers, and that is how they would go home for the night. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.
So you guys can actually build your own nest box and have these neighbors in your backyard and see them all the time, which is so cool.
It is a very cool idea, and nest box plans are a wonderful way to help support birds in your backyard. But if you want to help us support birds across the world, you guys should stick around to meet Kramer. And Kramer is a blue and gold macaw, and they're found in the rainforests of South America. Now, Kramer here at the zoo has a very, very important job. She is helping us to save birds, and she does that by taking donations right from you, and then she'll take it from you and stick it right there in her box. Now, 100% of whatever you donate will go straight to helping birds across the world. But if you donate $2, you'll get a bird conservation pin just like our volunteer got. Now, our world wouldn't be the same without the beautiful birds that live in it and the important jobs that they do. And it's actually our responsibility to help them soar into the future. Hopefully we'll see you up here after the show. If not, fly away and have a great day at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Bye. Thank you.